Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live pop-up chat. It is Friday night, it is Friday the 23rd of August 2019 and I'm here in my luxurious robe again. Yes, it is Marks and Spencer's and I have my kind of Scottish Balmoral brooch on, I suppose, if you like. Let me just find the chat room and then I will say hello to everyone who is here. I can see you all, hello and welcome. I'm hoping you've all had a really good Friday, whether it's Friday daytime or evening like it is here in the UK, which is why I'm in my robe. It's evening, so hello to all of you. I can see lots of comments going on, lots of people have been here in the room already. So yes, the topic of this conversation, of course, of this live chat is the Cambridges at Balmoral with the Queen. We have got some more photographs that have come out of Balmoral. And I would like to say, again, at the very top of this chat, it is very unusual to be getting these types of photographs from Balmoral. I mean, I can't remember really when we've seen these sorts of photographs, this amount of photographs coming out of Balmoral for an incredibly long time, unless you go very, very way back to the early days of Diana, when she was fishing in the river. I mean, it just doesn't happen. The royals tend to know the spots to go on the estate where you cannot be seen from the public. By the way, I have popped the link for the photographs in the description. I will also post it in here now. So if you do want to take a look, you can, and you can follow along with what I'm looking at. If you don't, you can just listen to me describing the photographs. That is fine. So I'm going to start with the actual photographs now. I've been trying to do a little bit of research as to where the location is. So I started off with the first two photographs, which of course are of Catherine and William and Catherine next to a Land Rover. Now the photographer is the photographer that normally gets the church service photographs. So this is a photographer who lives in Scotland. He lives quite close, actually, to where Balmoral is. So he always gets the church photographs of the shots of them in the car, that sort of thing. But it is not the same photographer who came out with the very first set of Balmoral photographs from a few weeks ago. I would like to point that out. So in the photograph, obviously you can see that kind of, Balmoral-y type stone of which the castle is made of, which kind of indicates that it is somewhere on the estate. And if you look behind the second photograph, which is of William and Catherine by the Land Rover, you can see this kind of muted olive green wood stain on this sort of door behind them. So I was trying to think, where on the estate could that location be? My first thought, and of course some of my moderators also thought maybe it was round about the stables, because it kind of looks a little bit stably at first look. And then I kind of did a Google Street View search from the other side of the river, and I looked and I thought, it's very thickly planted, and especially this time of year in the summer, all the trees will have had their leaves on, the bushes are quite thick, and if there were any gaps, I think the royals would have had it planted out so that there wouldn't be the gaps where people could sit on the other side of the river with a long lens and get a photograph. So I don't know. I mean, it is possible that the street view is old and therefore gaps could have appeared, but I think the royals would have had them planted out pretty quickly. So then I kind of thought, where? And if you go further down the photographs, I won't yet, but if you do go further down, it does actually indicate that they were that they were either to or from or on a lodge that's on the estate. Now, this lodge is actually one of Queen Victoria's. She built it as her retreat after Albert died, and it's called Glas Alt Shiel. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce it, but it's GLAS-ALLT-SHIEL, and you can Google it because I've got it on Wikipedia now, and it tells you all the information about it. So in the photograph's description, it does say that they are around Loch Muick. I think that's how you pronounce it, M-U-I-C-K, which of course is on the Scottish Balmoral estate. Now, I do believe that that place could possibly, potentially, be viewable from the public. So this may be where we're getting these long lens photos from on this occasion. I'm not saying all the other occasions, but on this occasion. Although, if you go back to the first set of photographs, the building or the background of the building does look very, very similar to the photographs in this collection of photographs. I'm just trying to have a quick look and see what people are saying first of all. Hey Tim the King, finally made alive. Welcome. I'm just kind of going down as well. Right, I'm going to carry on with the review of the photographs. So the next one, the third photograph, is of the Queen. Now, she is by the Range Rover, and I do believe that is her vehicle, I think. Because I think there's another shot further on where she's kind of climbing into it. So she is driving herself. 93 years young and driving. Why not? She's got a whole life ahead of her. What's 93? 93 is nothing. With her gorgeous, fluffy, white hair, which, I don't know, I just want to feel. Don't you want to feel the hair? I just do, it's gorgeous. And she's wearing the sort of Balmoral type colours, very muted greens, very perfect for a day at a lodge, which I think that's where they're at in these photographs. I don't know, it's probably the lodge. I think it probably is Queen Victoria's Lodge, because, like I say, I'm very doubtful that you would get a photograph of anywhere near the castle from the other side of the river. So that kind of, to me, maybe discounts the stable block. So I think it probably is the lodge. And this could also potentially be the lodge where the Cambridges might even be staying. Maybe. Who knows? Like we said, we do think that they are staying on the lodge, on a lodge this time at the estate because of their growing family. Now, there are no photographs here of Harry and Meghan, so it's not believed that they are there yet. Although Harry does have an engagement with the rugby on Saturday, so it's possible that they haven't gone up because of work commitments, but it still is also possible that they may go out earlier next week, maybe. So we'll have to keep a lookout for that, but there is still time to see Harry and Meghan. The next photograph is, of course, the Queen climbing into the Range Rover. Very nimble and agile, as you would expect from a goddess that she is. The next photograph, we see Phillip. I mean, again, I think in the last few weeks, because of all these photographs leaking from Balmoral, we have seen more of Phillip than what we've seen in a very, very long time. I'm just looking, from what I can see, it is a long lens. So from what I'm making out, he does look to be in good health. He's walking, he's obviously talking, he is the Iron Duke, and he's there. And I believe that is Princess Anne as well, who's kind of peeking out from behind the car, also dressed very similarly to the Queen, actually. And we think it's round about where that lodge is on the estate. The next photograph is slightly confusing because there appears to be some kind of groundworks or building works going on, because we see Princess Anne and husband, Sir Timothy Lawrence, and we see what looks like, I'm just trying to look, it either looks like piles of wood or something, and some kind of iron girders that look quite rusty. So, I mean, are they parts of maybe retaining walls? Or I don't know. But there's definitely something going on, some kind of building or construction work on the grounds going on. So that's quite interesting, I suppose. We also see in the next photograph Peter Phillips. Now, Peter is the son of Princess Anne, and of course, so he's gone up. He's the father of Isla and Savannah Phillips, and yeah, he's there. But we don't see any Zara and Mike. So maybe Zara and Mike might even go up. Maybe when Harry and Meghan are there. Who knows? But there he is, and he's dressed very casually in jeans and a beautiful jumper and what appears to be a red polo top. And again, he seems to be on the same location. With dog. There is also a dog. Forgive me, I do not know the... I was going to say make of dog. Breed of dog. They don't come in makes, they're not cars. But there we go. Again, we see a photograph of Princess Anne wearing a cap and sunglasses atop the cap. So she looks like she's interested in what's going on. And a big pile of earth. So there's definitely some kind of groundworks going on. like I say, I'm not entirely sure what, but there's something going on that she is taking a very keen, eagle-eyed interest in. Something she definitely wants to see. Um, and then if you scroll down past the Harry and Meghan photograph, by the way, I do not endorse the content of this article. It does kind of go into the whole Harry and Meghan private jet story. Ignore that. We are looking at the photographs. So if you go down a few photographs past the Harry and Meghan bit, you also see the Queen driving her Range Rover, and as you can see, there's a very interesting little figurehead on the bonnet of the car. I'm trying to make out, is that a dog or a horse? I'm terrible. I can't make out dog or a horse. Aminata has donated 1.99. Thank you so much. Of course, you get a big fan flap from me for supporting the channel, and a kiss. So yes, horse, or I think it's a horse, or is it a dog? Dog or horse? Let me know. Dog or horse? What's on the bonnet? A dog or a horse? But you can see the Queen now. Here's the bit that you might miss unless you zoom in. So look in the passenger window behind the Queen. Zoom in, and you can see a little dog's face poking up. Now, whose dog is it? It's. I don't think that's a corgi. Like I say, I'm not entirely. Oh, people are saying dog. People think it's a dog on the bonnet. Okay, dog. Okay, I'm going with dog. It's a dog. But look in the window. There is a little dog's head poking up, with two little eyes looking out. Whose dog is that? Could it be the Queen's dog? I don't know. I'm wondering. But I don't think it looks like a corgi. I definitely don't think it looks like a corgi. So I just thought I'd point that out because you might have missed it. Hey. And that is actually all of the photographs that have come out of Balmoral. Who knows? I mean, obviously I will be going live on Sunday as well to see who's at church. Maybe Harry and Meghan might have made it by then. We don't know. But I want to go up and see what people are saying. Kelly says, what a lovely robe you've got on. Was it a gift from Jason? It was. Oh, I've had it ages. I can't remember. It might have been my parents for a Christmas, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But it's got little what they called those little patterns on. Paisleys, paisley patterns. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Paisleys. Hello to Unique K in Jamaica. Anita says Catherine is wearing a different outfit than the one we see her wearing getting off the plane. Yes, because I'd imagine that was from today. I think these photographs are from today. The plane photographs were from the previous day. So yes, I would like to think that she changed her clothes in that time. In that intervening period, I'd like to think she'd had a complete change of clothes, I think. That would be desirable, I think. Retta says, yes, it is a public road access across the lake. So that's where I think we've got the photographs from today. And maybe the first set as well. This might explain the first set of photographs because, like I say, I think the background, that kind of stone background, is the same, if I'm not mistaken. Cat Lover says, it's hot, hot, hot in the 90s and sunny where you are. Hot. Thomas says, thank you for an excellent channel. You are more than welcome. I enjoy doing it. PJR says, you look like Hugh Hefner in your silk smoking jacket. Well, I haven't got any bunnies. I am bunnyless. Look, I can do the ears. I am bunnyless. No bunnies and no grottos. My goodness, no. And no playing boys. Kelly says a long lens was probably used to get the pics. Probably, because it is a bit blurry and a bit fuzzy. H.M. the King says, I still don't get how the Pap got the photo. Was he on a boat on the loch? I'm not sure if there's a road. There may be a road that's quite hard to see from the air. Because sometimes these aerial photographs are a little bit difficult to tell things on the ground. I'm thinking there is some kind of long distance, you know, or I don't know. It might have been up a tree. Who knows? PGR says the Cambridge better pull down their shades. They better. We don't want any inside photographs coming out. No, I don't think they dare. Not after Harry and Meghan sued. No, I don't think they dare. Mrs. Fiji says, not sure my previous post came through. Google the photographer. He's a professional PR. Yes, I've already Googled him a while ago. He does take photographs of them coming in and out of church, and I do believe he has taken professional photographs as well. Like I say, he lives locally to that area, so he will be known by the royal family. I'm not discounting that maybe he could have been placed there to take the photographs and to make it look like it's long lens and that kind of thing. I'm not discounting that. That is a possibility. We don't know that for sure, but I'm not discounting that at all. Laura says, may I ask where you get your brooches at? Well, this one was a gift, and it's got a little peridot in it. It does have a connection to Scotland and Balmoral, I think, and it's got a little peridot in it, which is my birthstone. So I thought I'd wear it today because obviously it's my birth month. It's August, so I thought I would wear it. His Son the King says, the other side of the lake is very far from the pics to be this good in quality, even with a long lens. We may be surprised at what they can get these days. Alicia says, does the whole royal family go to Balmoral at the same time? No, there is not enough room to accommodate all of them. It's still a very large family, all at once, so no. So I'm not particularly concerned with the fact that Harry and Meghan aren't there at the same time as William and Catherine. There's also, like I say, Peter, Anne is up there, the Cambridges are all there. That's quite a lot of people, and although all of them may not be staying actually in the castle itself, like I said, we do believe that the Cambridges are staying at some kind of lodge on the estate. It may even be that one. It may even be that lodge. Although I think I read it does have a public bothy. Now, a bothy is a bit like a if you were hiking or rambling, anyone can just go and stay in it. It's a bothy. I'm sure I had some information on the bothy. Let me just read it and see. Yes, it's an open bothy. Since 1991, an outhouse at the back of the lodge was maintained by Dundee University Rucksack Club as an open bothy until in 2019 it passed to the Mountain Bothies Association. It is a good base for climbing Lochanga, equipped with a stove and a composting toilet. There you go, all mod cons. As well as a candelabra. Oh, a candelabra and a composting toilet. What a combination. It used to be a storeroom and is now available to anyone free of charge for overnight stays. However, there is no electricity. The water supply is from the Glass Alt, very nearby, which must be a stream, I think, possibly. And there is no fuel unless it has been left by previous users. When royal parties are visiting, the lodge backpackers are still allowed to stay in the bothy, but they are asked to keep discreetly out of the way. So there we go. So the open bothy is still there. So if the Cambridges are there and you want to stay in the open bothy, you could possibly holiday with the Cambridges if indeed they are there. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying maybe from the air and from pictures it does look quite big. So I'm thinking that could be possibly where they're staying. So if you want to go to the open bothy, there you go. And again, if it's an open bothy, I would imagine there is some kind of public access road, which could mean that they could get the photographs this time. Retta Webb says, I thought they stay in Tamnagar, which is not far from the castle. It could be. Like I say, it could be any of them. It could be any of the lodges on the estate. There are a few, and if you go to the actual Balmoral Castle website, you can actually rent them out. When the royals aren't there, you can actually stay in these lodges. You can rent them out. So yes, it could be any number of them. And let's not forget, also, Peter Phillips, his family is, fairly large too. So he would probably require some kind of lodge. So who knows? They could be in that one. We really do not know at this point. Hello to Marla from Sao Paulo. Hello. Mrs. Fiji says he's based in Aberdeenshire. Yeah, he is, called Abermedia. And they do corporate PR and industrial photography. He's not a pap. He was clearly hired. Like I say, he does do some kind of, pap work. If you look at his photographs, well, if you look at any of the photographs of the Queen at church at Balmoral, the photographs through the car windows, his name will be attached to a lot of them. So he does stand outside and take paparazzi type photographs, although it is true he can be hired to do proper photography work as well. Elderly poodle says maybe he covered himself and his camera under a large piece of Scottish moss. I am not discounting anything at this point. Liv Love says there's a lot of family members this weekend. I saw Peter, William, Catherine, and Princess Anne. Yes, there's quite a lot there at the moment. So busy Queen, and at some point, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, will be going up as well. Laura says, where are these pictures at? Here. I'll post the link again, but they're also in the description box of this video. HM the King says, the dog looks like one of the dorgies. It could be. I'm not terribly au fait with dogs. I didn't think it looked like, a complete corgi, but yeah, it could be one of the dorgies, maybe. Okay, loads of people telling me they think the statue on the front of on the bonnet is a dog. Let's have a look. Yes, HM the King showed me some footage, which I've seen a long time ago in the past. If you YouTube William and Harry with Prince Charles holiday, there is footage of them playing on the lodge grounds by the river, and Prince Charles does offer them some good advice for when they're older. So if you want to, do go and take a look at that. Lydia says, do you think the royals are supportive of Harry and Meghan? They are quiet over all the attacks. Yes, I do, but they do it in their own way, which isn't always particularly what people might expect or want them to do. But they do it in their own way, which they feel works for them. But like I say, not everybody will agree with the way in which they do it. PJR says maybe he hid his camera under his kilt. It is possible. Maybe there's a lens poking out of his sporran. Sansu says yes, Duchess Meghan has been put forward for an ethnicity award in the UK. She has indeed. So you can hop on over and vote if you want to. Mrs. Pilling says these photos look authorised, otherwise the family would have complained about invasion of privacy. Possibly. Like I say, nothing is impossible. What's clegs? Clegs? Do you mean clogs? Clogs or clegs? I'm not sure what a cleg is myself. Hello to J Fatty from Trinidad and Tobago. Let's have a look. Oh, PJR says they are biting midges. Yes, midges are quite rife this time of year in Scotland. So that's like little mosquito-y type things. Yes, sporran cam. I think we want to see Charles's smelly sporran cam, because he did say in his documentary he got a very smelly sporran, one he's had for years. Right, let's have a look. Betsy says, among Anne's kids and Charles's kids. Oh, did you say something else? I think I've missed the whole point of that bit of conversation. Almadel is in Jamaica. Hello, from all these exotic places. My goodness. Could you tell me what's the name of the theme song you use on Royal Review? It makes me so sad when I hear it. The theme song? Do you mean the music? It's I bought it from. It used to be an album of royalty-free music on iTunes, which you can't get anymore. It's actually called Triumphant Victory, and it's a royalty-free, copyright-free song that I bought from an album on iTunes, like I say. But I don't think you can get it anymore. But it's Triumphant Victory. Tanya says, you think they're sending us a message? Let me know what you think the message is. Lynn says, the royals, while in Scotland, always seem to be dressed in winter clothing. Do they actually get warm weather up there? It is Scotland, so it's renowned for being a little bit more chillier than perhaps normal in other parts of the UK. However, it is still summer, so it will be warm, but hey, of an evening it can drop chilly here in Shropshire in the middle of the UK. I've had nights this past week where I've had to put the heating on, my central heating, because it's dropped a little bit cool. So hey, it could just be cool. Then again, you're also up against the elements, the wind, and that kind of thing. So there's wind chill factor to throw in there as well. So there could be lots of reasons why they appear to be dressed in their sort of more wintry type clothes. And also, we are transitioning now from summer into autumn as well. Laura says, my tiara looks good, thank you. It is the Victoria tiara, seeing as we're talking about one of her lodges, and it also goes with my gown, with my robe. Dawn says, CNN ran the story about Kate and William travelling on a flight and just thought that was so weird. It's not been of interest to anybody until recently about how William and Catherine, or particularly any of the royals, travel. I mean, I can remember them going on about Andrew, calling him Air Miles Andy, back in the past when he was UK trade ambassador, because obviously in that role he took lots and lots of flights. So he clocked up loads of air miles on planes, jets, helicopters, anything. But that was in an official role as trade ambassador. So if it wasn't him doing it, it would have been another minister or somebody. But yes, I can't remember a time when it's been that scrutinised about how royals travel. It's normally, I suppose, about the cost. Usually with royal transport, it's how much it costs, that kind of thing. Or is the transport necessary or unnecessary, that kind of thing. But this is a little bit different because it's obviously private flights. It's going on private time. It's not anything to do with official business. And we now have the added factor of carbon and carbon footprints and all the rest of it. So it is different. We are going through something a little bit different than what we would typically go through. Christine says, we are still using your aircon 24/7, so hot. I mean, it's supposed to be a heat wave this weekend, but I haven't felt it yet. I really haven't kind of felt it. Sanzu says, yes, in America, media is totally positive news coverage of the Sussexes, but in the UK, it's something different. And the message got deleted. So I have no idea what the coverage is anywhere else. I only know what the coverage is in the UK. Mrs. Pilling says, I do hope the Sussexes arrive over the weekend, as it may start up the rift stories between the two brothers. Oh, that's already happened. The rift stories have already been out. But no, I think it could be the fact that Harry and Meghan have got a bit of work on. Like I say, Harry, I think tomorrow, I think it's this Saturday actually, is attending the rugby, something to do with rugby, a final. I know I don't follow sports very much, so I'm not terribly clued up, but he's attending that final. I do believe it's this Saturday, so he wouldn't have been able to have gone up anyway because he got a prior engagement. So I'm thinking that maybe they could get up there in the week, perhaps, or they could leave it until the following weekend. There's still time for them to go up, but it's nothing to do with falling out or any kind of rift or any of that business. Janice says, yes, the Harry and Meghan trip to Africa is still on, but we do not have any more official details. The palace did say they would notify us with any new details when they come out. Frostlog Payne says, you need a velvet smoking jacket. I would love it. Yes, I would. Jennifer says, I saw a documentary about Prince Charles from the 90s on YouTube, and they were bagging on about his travel and alleged hypocrisy. Sometimes history does repeat itself. But yes, Charles has been very outspoken about the environment and that kind of thing since the 70s. Ever since he kind of found his public voice, he has... Oh, there's a little midgie myself. Get rid of the midgie. Oh, it's a Balmoral midgie. Be gone. Be gone, you midgie. Ugh. Don't want it. Okay, it's gone. So yes, ever since he had his public voice, he has been talking about climate change and all the rest of it. environmental protections and striking a balance, being at one with nature. So yes, people will always kind of, try and compare that to how much transport you use, what you do yourself in your own life. So I can see a little bit of history repeating. As Shirley Bassey would say, it's all just a little bit of history repeating. There you go. H.M. the King says, you got a good laugh from that. What? What are you laughing at? Stephanie D says, the photos at Balmoral give the royals some positive publicity, so they may think it is needed to balance. Anything's possible. Anything is possible indeed. Elderly Poodle says, Elliot needs that smoking jacket in heavy velvet. Where do you buy them? Where do you get those things from? Dawn says, did something serious happen under the Sussex Royal Instagram account? What? They blocked all comments from the Luminary, did they? Ooh, let me go check. Hang on. I didn't notice. Let me go and check. I'm going there now. Right, okay, I've got the Luminary Bakery post. Ooh, yes, there's no comments. Is there? No, there's no comments. Where have the comments gone? Oh, I don't know. Is the simple answer to that one. I don't know. Maybe they had some trolls. Maybe they had some trolls. Quite possibly. I can't think of any other reason they would have taken them down, unless they had so many trolls that it was hard to get rid of them all. Because of course, with Instagram, I think you have to go through them manually. I don't think there is a kind of mass edit system in there, so you'd have to go through it manually. Donna Pape says, hello all, we have 339 people here, and only 94 have hit the thumbs up. Yes, please give me a thumbs up. Only 114 now. What's a midgie? A midgie is like a little mosquito. We call them midges or midgies, and they are little mosquitoes type things, and they fly around and bite you. And they often, there's like loads of them up this time of year in Scotland in that area. Yes, that's it. A biting gnat. Yes. A gnat with a G. A G-N-A-T. Not a G-N-T. Yes, the Cambridges are still going to Pakistan as well, and we are still awaiting details on that one as well. Mrs. Pilling says that the photos look like they are trying to convey family unity. Well, they certainly do. They do convey that. So if that's what they're trying to do, then they do. But like I say, we do not know for sure that that is the case. Oh, Mrs. BSN says, I just posted on that Instagram post, comments are allowed. I can't get them. Let me try a different post and see if it's doing the same thing. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's doing it the same for me on all the posts. Wait just a second. Hang on, I'm going on it again. Oh, hang on a minute. I've just scrolled down. Okay. Try this. Where it shows the that bit there next to the photo. Scroll up, flick up, or with your mouse flick up, because the comments are all the way under the bottom. There you go. So they are there. I can see them. I stand corrected. They are there. There we go. So therefore, nothing is up. There can't have been any trolls. I take it all back. H.N. the King says, midges are the most annoying things ever. Oh, they bite and they bring up little red itchy dots. Becky Ray says, oh yes, I do open my packages if I get any on my other channel on Sundays, yes. Kathy G says, your birthday package should arrive tomorrow. Oh, okay. I will go to my PO box on Sunday, because on Sunday it's open all day. It's only open till lunchtime in the week, so I normally go on a Sundays when I collect. So if it is there, like you say it is, I will most definitely, I'll open it for my Sunday vlog. Thank you, by the way. It depends how it's delivered. If it's delivered by Parcel Force or UPS, I'll probably have to redirect it to me. DHT says they don't normally all turn up in Balmoral at the same time in the summer. Yes, it's been the same for years. Basically, they try and spread themselves out. So the Queen gets to have quality time with all of them. Misty says, totally off topic, but I do miss all the package openings. I stopped doing them on my weekly live chat because they were taking up a lot of the actual chat itself. So I started to put them in my weekly vlog. But then obviously when I set up my other channel for the weekly vlogs, it all kind of moved over to there. So I don't really know entirely what to do. Are you guys still happy for me to open them as part of my weekly vlog on my other channel? Or would you rather I just make a completely separate opening video? I can do either. It doesn't matter. But I mean, either way, anything that anyone is kind enough to send my way, I will open on camera, you know, on my weekly vlogs at the moment. But let me know how you would prefer to have them, either as a separate video on this channel or carry as part of my weekly vlogs. Let me know. Right, I'm skipping all the way down to the bottom. Let's have a little look. The Greater Bilby says, thanks for the links to the photos in the description. I haven't seen them yet. You can go and have a good look after, if you wish. Yes, the Luminary Bakery comments are there. You have to flick up. They are underneath all the writing. Yulita, I haven't, but I will do. Thank you. I check on my phone, so as I'm filming on my phone, I can't check right now, but thank you. What size am I? Well, I've gone down a size. I was a large, I'm now a medium in tops, and in bottoms, I'm still a large. My bottom hasn't shrunk. That's one bit that hasn't shrunk. Betsy Harmon says, yes, I agree that Prince Philip looks good. He does. Even though it's a long and fuzzy lens, I think he looks pretty good. 300 Books says, does the Queen ever host events for friends at Balmoral? There is the Gillies Ball. So there's that every year. That's the one where there is some footage from long ago where they're all doing the dancing with the Gillies Ball. It is on YouTube. So there is that to look forward to. And who knows what other kinds of private parties they have. Jay Fatty says, I'm already thinking what to send for Christmas. Oh, if you are kind enough, the PO box is in the description. The midgies again. Ugh, of the weekly vlog or my Saturday live chat. Sonia says, I think gifts for the Royal Review channel should be opened on this channel. Not everyone who sends a gift might be on the other channel. Good point. A lot of people seem to be missing the gift openings. I can make separate videos for them, but I still think it's quite a lot on the weekly live chat to kind of open all on there. Kathy says, yeah, the Amazon, anything on the Amazon wish list gets delivered straight to me, not the PO box address, so it kind of cuts that out. Flossenrog Payne says, I'm so chuffed Philip is doing well. I'm always tense turning on the gadget of a morning. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I have days where I have that feeling that I might be opening up some bad news, if you know what I mean. But so far, so good. Hayden the King says, maybe people should write on the gifts if they want them to be opened. That is a good idea. I mean, I always read the cards or anything that any bits of paper that I can find in there first. So, yeah, if people don't want anything shown on camera, put me a note. The Greater Bilby says, do the Prime Ministers still get invited up to Balmoral? Yes, they do. And if so, do you know when Boris Johnson will be there? Well, I haven't seen him yet. So I'm imagining within the next couple of weeks, because the summer recess is nearly over. So I think all the politicians go back the first week of September. So we haven't got long. So I'm thinking maybe the last week of summer, but I think so maybe not next week, the week after, perhaps. But yes, he has been invited, and I believe he can take his girlfriend too. How long do visitors usually stay at Balmoral? The Wessexes typically, I think, stay the longest. They stay about 2 weeks, and I think they actually visit a couple of times as well. But typically it's about a week, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, that kind of thing. The Great Bill, we forgot about the summer recess. Yes, they get pretty much the whole school holidays, the full 6 weeks off. AJ the King says, I'm not Elliot's postman. I'd like to see you in the hat. PJR says, maybe you need your own post office. I do need a post office. Yes, because I'm so important. I need my own post office. I'm like Hyacinth Bouquet. No. The PO box is good, but like I say, it offers that protection of me not giving away my address, which I don't think anybody who's on the internet should give away their address. But like I say, parcel companies like Parcel Force, UPS, do not deliver to Royal Mail PO boxes. So what they do is they normally hold on to whatever it is they've got, and they send a letter to the PO box address asking me to rearrange delivery to my home address. So I get it eventually, but they can't deliver directly to PO boxes. It is a bit confusing, but that's the way it is. Live, Love and Laugh says, is Balmoral open to the public while the Queen is there? No, it closes. But as soon as she's gone, it opens up again, and you can pay to stay on the estate. Not in the castle, but you can stay on the estate. You can, I do believe tours are open of the castle, certain rooms, but you can stay on the estate. Cat Lover says, I should do my channel however it works best for me. Gives us so much of his time and effort. I mean, like I say, it works for me doing it on the weekly vlogs, but I can change it. It doesn't matter. Dawn says, don't give away the dress. They may want to take some of your fruits and veg. Oh yes, they might steal my fruit and veg from the greenhouse. They might come for cucumber. When does the Queen leave Balmoral? October, early October. My PO box address is in the description of my weekly live chat. 300 books says, so the kids in England only 6 weeks? They get 6 weeks, yes, in the summer. In the US, they get about 10 or 11. My goodness. Although I do think maybe we get more holidays the rest of the year. I don't know. School kids in the UK get 2 weeks at Christmas. No, hang on. Let me start from September. So there's a week, but a week in between September and Christmas. Then there's Christmas, which is 2 weeks. Then there's a week. Then there's 2 weeks at Easter. Then there's a week. And then there's 6 weeks for the summer. So that's how it works in the UK. HM the King in Ireland gets 12 weeks. Oh, my goodness. Jennifer Paget says, I ran into the Queen at Balmoral in May 2001. Did you? Wow. What did she say? PTR says you could not provide enough lemon drizzle and tea if you gave out your physical address. Everyone wants my lemon drizzle. I want some lemon drizzle. Vivian, no, there's no news about anything to do with Harry and Meghan, apart from they've appointed some staff for their foundation. But that's about it, really. Hello to Heather in Barbados. All these exotic locations. Okay. Dawn says, I never understood the 2 weeks for Easter. What's that about? Is everyone doing it for Jesus? We've always had 2 weeks at Easter. It's the Easter holidays. I mean, um, being, historically and predominantly a Christian country, although we do obviously have other faiths and religions and beliefs and people that don't believe in anything at all. I would like to mention those too. But still, it is a predominantly and historically Christian country. Therefore, we've always had kind of a celebration at Easter because of Jesus rising and all that. So yes, and chocolate. We like the chocolate at Easter too. But anyway, it's just that good point in the year where the kids kind of need a bit of a decent long break, or else it is quite a slog all the way through to the end of the summer. So it's quite nice to have these kind of little chunks broken up here and there for holidays. Yes, Jason had a lovely birthday, although it's actually his birthday today, although we celebrated it yesterday, but he's had to go to work today, so unfortunately he's at work on his birthday. Elderly Pool says, sorry to pester, but I think you're not pestering. But I think the best way to send gifts is through the post office. Do you mean to the PO box, or if you can specify Royal Mail, then it will get to the PO box address. I don't know how you can do that from wherever you are, but if you do want to send anything, if you are able to specify Royal Mail, that is the best one because it goes straight to the box. Let's have a look. Grady Bilby says, I just looked at the pictures and Prince Philip does indeed look pretty good. They all look relaxed and happy. I mean, like I say, the pictures are a bit fuzzy and a bit grainy, but he does look good. Right, I am going to leave it here for now because I've gone through all the photographs. We've kind of caught up with everything that there is to catch up on. So I'm going to bid you all good evening and farewell. It is 10 to 10 p.m. here in the UK, so I'm going to have a cup of tea and I'm going to catch up with some of my favourite programmes and relax. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big old thumbs up. In fact, there are 392 people watching with only 163 thumbs up. I need some more thumbs up, so press that thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also hit that bell so that you are notified if YouTube decides to notify you whenever I post a new video. So do click that, and also make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Okay, a few more people have hit the thumbs up. 193. Let's see if we can get to 200 before I finally say goodbye and bid you farewell. 199. Are we going to get past the 200? Yes, 201. Okay, so I will bid you all farewell. Have a lovely evening from me in Shropshire. Oh, I'll see you tomorrow for my weekly live chat. So from me in Shropshire, mwah, to you all, and goodbye.